I want you to meet another of the special friends that shares the experience of being inside Pearl Harbor on December the 7th, 1941. His story is truly unique. His name is Captain Jim Daniels of the United States Navy. Jim was a fighter pilot assigned to the carrier USS Enterprise, whose commanding officer was Admiral Halsey. The Enterprise was on its way back to Hawaii after taking a Marine squadron to Wake Island. She was supposed to return on December the 6th, but there was a heavy storm at sea and she was delayed. This was probably fortunate for America, because if she had returned on schedule, she would have been anchored in Pearl Harbor with our other ships. This is what the Japanese had counted on. Their plan was to completely destroy our Pacific Fleet in one devastating attack. The carrier was still at sea over 100 miles from Hawaii when word was received of the Japanese attack. A few hours later, Halsey thought he had found the Japanese fleet.
As we loaded up the planes, he mounted 17 torpedo planes and 5 dive bombers, and I was second in command of the fighter squadron. There were 6 of us. We took off about 3:30 in the afternoon, headed out for the Japanese fleet. Of course, we didn't find them. They weren't there. They'd gone to the north. It got dark. We were flying without lights. We were flying with no communications. Fritz Hebel, the leader of the flight, was the navigator. He did a wonderful job of navigating. He got us back to the carrier.
By that time it was dark, and when Jim's group asked for permission to land on the carrier, it was denied.
We asked permission to land, and Halsey, in his very beautiful way, said not only no, but hell no. Halsey didn't know at that time, nobody knew where the Japanese fleet was. Nobody knew where the Japanese submarines were. Remember that the Enterprise was the only carrier we had. With the 70 planes, it was the only offensive weapon the entire Navy had. The entire Navy had. He didn't know where the submarines were. He wasn't going to light up ship. It turned out that when the other planes, the scouts came down, and the scouts and the torpedo planes got back, they didn't have enough fuel to come into Fort Island. They had to come aboard. And it was the first time that a torpedo plane with a torpedo had ever landed aboard a carrier at night.